would be in our mutual interest.
I'm going to ask you to hold those thoughts for a moment. We're going to cross to Albany, New York State now and speak to Mayor Bill de Blasio. I wonder if you were surprised, sir, at the tone of the President's tweet this morning before he'd even left the tarmac.
Even for Donald Trump, this was extreme. To attack a major leader of an allied country. There's no question in my mind this was beyond the pale in so many ways. It's not, you know, we've seen so many things from President Trump, but this one is just not normal. It's not acceptable. And Sadiq Khan, to me, is an exemplary leader. And he raised a very powerful concern, which obviously sparked Trump's ire when he said that, you know, Donald Trump is part of this growing intolerant right-wing movement around the country, around the world, I'm sorry, that is harming democracy. It's harming the realities of a tolerant society. And then to have the President of the United States attack him in a way that I don't doubt for a moment was not only personal, but was also very much directed at him as a Muslim. No, this deserves an apology. Donald Trump should apologize to Sadiq Khan because this goes far beyond the pale, even for Donald Trump.
It didn't actually talk about him being a Muslim. It talked about an ungracious welcome. I mean, that was at the heart of it, wasn't it? That he felt he should be received graciously by this country and by London's mayor.
I'm arguing to you that the message was thinly veiled at best, that it was, in fact, because Sadiq Khan is a Muslim. Donald Trump has made a career of attacking people based on race and religion and ethnicity. This is very much in a pattern we've seen for a long time. And he uses it to, you know, gin up his political base, and he uses it to distract from his mistakes in foreign policy, his mistakes with his trade policy. And so I don't think it was for a moment about the graciousness or lack of graciousness of the welcome. I think it was a political strategy. But it's a different set of rules. If he's attacking, you know, if he attacks me as the mayor of New York City, that's one thing. But to attack the mayor of the largest city in one of our crucial allied nations,
okay,
that undermines the relationship.
Let me ask you, because you'll know, Mayor, that there are 13 or so Conservative candidates lining up to be the next Prime Minister. What would be your message to those leadership hopefuls seeking your President's endorsement? Are they right to look for his approval?
Oh, I think it's a mistake. I'll tell you, first of all, thinking about the great traditions that our countries share in terms of democracy and vibrant debate and respect for all people and all backgrounds, Donald Trump has in so many ways been a divisive figure. He's not consistent with that democratic tradition. But on top of that, it is a very negative trend when an American president intervenes in the elections of another country. Look, he was obviously quite comfortable with Russia attempting to intervene on his behalf in the American election. He's now trying to do the same in other countries. This is a bad pattern for democracy. It is not the place of a foreign leader to attempt to undermine the democratic will of any people. So I would say to the Conservatives, stay away from him.
You'd say stay away. And when he's offering a trade deal and he's saying he endorses Boris Johnson, he wants Farage to go to the EU to do battle, isn't he right to try and help us through this?
From my point of view, it's one thing if you say, should we work cooperatively on a trade deal? Of course we should. We have a tremendous alliance and history. But when it's him attempting to interfere with the political process of another country, endorsing a candidate for leadership in another country is not the place of an American president. I think that only engenders ill will amongst the people of any country that hears that kind of message. And it's not his place in particular to violate the norms of the relationship. Look, this is someone who is trying to foster division. And I don't think that's healthy for Western democracies. I think Sadiq Khan was right to say there's something dangerous happening here, and we should not tolerate it.
Bill de Blasio, thanks very much indeed. Let me throw that back.